We are at bout 8 of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner from the iBox gym. Please welcome Bilal, Seidu.
Yeah! Here comes the Black Hawk, Bilal Seidu. One of the nicest guys outside the ring. The Jeezy's me when he stepped through those ropes. And as we were just talking the last fight, he won the U-Box Scarborough $500 knockout of the night at Thunderdome 48, and he wants to repeat it at Thunderdome 49 tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one, and credit to obviously his opponent. We'll take it on pro debut, taking on a more experienced opponent.
Yes, exactly. Wondering what was happening there myself. So here comes the Black Hulk being led to the ring by the beautiful Philippa Jane. But yeah, as said to you, this is the part where he's going to be nice. But once he steps in, it is game on.
And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome Cleggett.
Here comes Cleggett. That's the opponent that we had a chat to during the week. Comes in with a great attitude, but knows that he's got a huge challenge in front of him tonight. And I think it's going to be a cracker of a fight, this one.
Yeah, well, pro debut, trained by Glenn Austin. He's done the corporate rumbles before. Into a massive crowd. It's going to be a different story, and he gets a tough opponent. So it's going to be an interesting fight.
Hasn't taken any backward steps. And again, I'm really looking forward to this one. They've got a lot of support here tonight at Metro City in Perth, Western Australia. Massive crowd here tonight. Led out by the beautiful Sarah Louise. There's Glenn Austin, great to see him. And here comes Cleggett. Loving the shorts as well. Let's send it up to CJ Rose.
This is bout 8, ladies and gentlemen, 4 by 3-minute rounds in the Cruiserweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, trained by Omar and the team at the iBox gym. He has an official weight of 89.85 kilograms, a record of 2 fights, 1 win and 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Black Hulk, Bilal Seidu. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, he is trained by Glenn Austin. He has an official weight of 87.8 kilograms tonight. He makes his professional boxing debut. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cleggett.
Jeremy Allen is your referee in charge. As he gives out the final instructions, they touch gloves. And again, we talked about so many fights on Thunderdome 49 in the mainstream media in the build-up to this, and this is one of the fights that we're really looking forward to, a fight to watch.
Yeah, well, we know that obviously Bilal Seidu, we saw what happened last time, obviously at the fight, and as I said, Cleggett, game, to know that he's coming in against an opponent that's won a knockout of the night in his pro debut. So he's obviously confident in his team and his training and what he's done. So it's going to be interesting to see. But as always, with the cruiserweights and the big boys, we don't blink.
Yeah, I'm not taking my eyes on this one. Enjoy the show, ladies and gentlemen. Shot early to the body by Seidu, and he acknowledges his own handiwork early. Oh, look at that movement there by Cleggett. Nice.
Oh, and see, Seidu's just got to be careful with running in like that.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is a case of the unknown for more for Seidu, because Cleggett would have seen Seidu before, but probably not vice versa.
Yeah. look, I mean, charging and all that's never good at any weight division, in any fight, but, you know, Bilal, he looks like he's having fun in there already, just being nice and loose, and he definitely wants to use his size. He tries to get on the inside there.
Oh, nice punch there by Cleggett. Both guys in fantastic shape. Conditioning-wise, they both said they had a great camp, and you can tell that's true. He's trying to establish a jab there, Cleggett. Evaded nicely, and Seidu comes in and lands a couple of good shots. Keeping the distance. I think that he learnt a couple of fights ago. He had that draw, and I think he learnt a lot from that fight. And,
yeah, that was on his pro debut.
Yeah, exactly. Because we've seen him in exhibition fights before, so he thinks we've actually seen him more times than his record shows.
He was on the Alex Winwood World title fight.
Exactly.
Back at the green
opener of the night that night.
Yeah, back at the old Green Machine stomping ground. And the irony of that was that he actually fought one of Glenn Austin's boys, I think, that night in the draw. So they've sort of had a look at him before, which is something interesting, you know.
And that's why I made the point before. It's like, again, he would have seen vision and more fights on Seidu, but again, probably not the other way around. So more of an unknown. And he acknowledges that. Nothing
not
doing.
Sure.
Yeah. Just more of a slip, really.
I think at the moment, Seidu, I was just going to say, he's been throwing over the top of obviously Will Cleggett. I think he needs to start throwing maybe some uppercuts, and as I've said that, he threw one. But just sort of throwing that right hand a little bit high at the moment, and Will's doing well to get underneath that punch.
Closing stages of round one, intriguing round. Both fighters coming in, nice body shot there, and it might have been the difference in this round as well. I think that Cleggett's done well to sort of try and use his jab, but there's no double up there, as you like to call, Paul.
That's the end of round one.
Yeah, Will's done well to get through his first round and a pro debut with a massive crowd. And I think the crowd's in a bit of anticipation for this fight, Brett.
I think we are as well, as we look at the Dragonfire boxing replay. And again, both guys had some good moments, and we've seen some interesting scorecards tonight as well. So you just don't know which round what that's going to go based on what we've heard tonight. Seen and heard.
I think Bilal probably ended the more punches.
Volume.
There's nothing that obviously I'd say hurt either fighter.
No.
So I don't think any fight had anything to worry about that, but I think he probably just was a little bit more in control of the fight, the tempo.
The body shots, I think that's...
body shots landed.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see after the first round. We'll see what the step up is and see whether the boys try to step up a bit of the intensity.
Shout out to Tony Barlow Menswear.
Round two.
We enter round two, this highly anticipated fight at Thunderdome 49. A bit of a break after this fight. We need it. It's been fantastic action so far, and Seidu tries to go back down to the body. He seems that that's where his path is at this stage. Left hook there. Cleggett covered up and partially got through, but took it well. Got a nice guard there, Cleggett, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, I think he's wise to keep the hands nice and high.
Where the body shots are coming from, he's leaving the target, though.
Yeah. His elbow's a little bit high, but he's going to improve. Pro debut, as I said, big crowd. You know, neither boys or guys really committing to their jabs at the moment. They're rather interested in the big right hands and hooks at the moment, but it's going to get set up by sitting behind the jabs and then setting the punches first.
Interesting that fight he talked about on the undercard of the Alex Winwood World title fight last year. But he started that fight very well, and obviously that's the vision that they saw, but his opponent came home pretty well in that fight. So it's going to be interesting to see what Cleggett does if it gets to rounds 3 and 4.
Correct. I think think both boys are looking to sort of pick up that intensity a bit at the moment, throwing a bit more punches.
Yeah, as the fight goes on, again, both in again supreme condition, the cardio is going to get tested as the fight goes on. Even though it's 4 rounds, they're working hard.
Yeah, and I think Will Cleggett, I was just going, I think he's starting to frustrate Seidu. I think Seidu thinks that, you know, he thinks that this fight, he's got the experience, and I think he's going to be frustrated that he's not hitting Will as often as what he wants to, but, you know, Will's doing well for that.
Oh, look at that. They went to touch gloves, but Seidu went in.
Yeah, you never do that in the ring. They're in the fight.
And he might have been frustrated in that part where, again, Jeremy Allen said, look, don't tell me when I need to break. That's my job, not yours. So, because he was complaining about a punch to the back of the head. And we'll see. So, both go to the centre of the ring again, looking for openings. That's a nice punch there by Seidu. Another nice punch to follow up the left, and Sense said they got through. So a bit of power and urgency there, but not sure whether the urgency's needed, but a bit of power there.
Yeah, well, he's got the good movement, but as I said, his punches come with bad intentions. And he's got movement as well.
That was nice movement by the Black Hulk.
That's the end of round 2.
That's a polite young man as well. Every time he weighs in, basically, I call the weigh in, he shakes my hand before he weighs in. Hey, that's want you to weight. Cruiserweights here, and we look at the Dragon Fire boxing replay. A bit of fast forward action there, but that was the complaint that came from Will Cleggett. But again, fair and firm, Jeremy Allen saying, hey, that's my job, I'll call it if I see it. Bit of a warning there in the corner as we look. We've got a replay. I'm looking at both corners, and we believe the message from Glenn Austin would be to Will Cleggett as we head into round 3, Paul.
Yeah, I think it's just, look, he's got through the first 2 rounds. I think he's just got to use the straight punches. I think that's what he'd just be calling for. Jabbing up, jabbing down, jab to there, jab to the body. Just the basics of the fight. He doesn't have to do anything that's outrageous or outlandish. He just needs to do that, especially when you've got someone like Seidu who's just throwing the wild punches, and you can see when he's throwing them, he's throwing with bad intentions. So going straight down the middle is going to stop those punches from happening. So that's the advice I'd be giving him. And the same, obviously, with Bilal. I think I'd just be telling him to just do a bit relaxed. I think, you know, he's probably thinking, you know, he's been in the ring before, he's experienced, and he's probably hoping to just get another walkover knockout of the night.
Yeah, exactly, and he's got to work for it. But talk about that experience. That's like those couple of big punches that he threw in round 3. He was doing that in rounds 1 and 2 non-stop in that fight at HBS Stadium last year, now called the Perth HBC. But again, that's the learning experience that you get in nearly all the experience has been here at Thunderdome.
Yeah, he's putting on a bit of a show now. So
the message from Cleggett and Glenn Austin, they said, Bob, don't leave it too late to get some work done. It was nice work there by Cleggett. He's gone after him here, but got a bit ugly. And Glenn Austin saying, get straight on him here. So he senses something that he's seen in the last 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, well, I think the Seidu sort of just, I don't know, he doesn't seem as focused as he was in his last fight night. He came out with, you know, bad intentions, and I think it's not working as well as what it did always, let's say, as easily as maybe last fight, and he's getting frustrated himself. I think that's showing in just his performance of, you know, he's putting on a bit of a show, but not really focusing on the punches. And
he has had some success with the body shots, but I thought Cleggett's actually covered up quite nicely in the lobby stance. Another warning there from Jeremy Allen.
Yeah, he's putting his head quite down, and obviously Will Cleggett is looking for that uppercut because Seidu's going straight into it.
Massive overhand right, and it was telegraphed as well. He landed, but again, it was covered up nicely by Cleggett.
And that's what I say, with those big wild punches, the straight punch is what's going to beat him to the target. So, I mean, Seidu's, he's having fun in there. Don't worry about that. He's still happy with, obviously, his performance. He feels like he's in control of the fight. And he very well be, based on the score. I think this is an even fight.
Yeah, it certainly is. And again, I think Cleggett's having a good round.
And just for me, Brett, there's just, I'm just worried there's just not enough scoring coming with the punches from Will Cleggett. I'd like to see him sit behind a few more jabs, throw some more punches, let his hands go a bit.
Hence that message that I thought that you delivered what should be coming from Glenn Austin at the end of round 2. So he doesn't want to leave it too late. And this is the closing stages of round 3. Oh, jeez, he's looking away there. He got distracted and he was there for the opening. It's like, what's he doing?
I don't know what happened there.
That's the end of round 3.
But he was there open for a massive shot by looking away. It's like, Bilal, what are you doing? It's, look at the Dragon 5 box replay, but Cleggett didn't take full advantage of that moment. But, yeah, again, that was a harder round to score. But you're right, it comes down to volume as well in this sort of circumstance. Because sometimes it's quality versus volume, but you can't say that there's been massive quality there.
Yeah, well, I don't think, look, both boys are putting on a great fight. I just think that, like I said, for Will Cleggett, he's doing boxing really well, but is he scoring enough with his punches? You know, Seidu's throwing the big wild punches. Is that affecting the judges? It's a really tough fight to score. I'd love to see a punch tracker. I'd love to see the scoring punches.
Seconds out.
Yeah, I think that, like I said, I'd like to see Will just let his punches go and have some confidence behind his jab.
Touch close to the 4th and final round, and it's going to be an intriguing round, I think, Paul. It's jabbed there by Cleggett. I established that a lot during this fight, but that was probably his best jab of the fight. Overhand telegraph punch, and Seidu saw that from a mile away. Oh, that's a nice punch there by Seidu, coming in with some fancy footwork, and he's going into closing distance, trying to show uppercuts and throwing hard.
And this is where Seidu likes to use his power, just use his bulk.
He loves to finish off fights strong if it gets that far. But again,
there's this, there's a jab, just a basic jab.
And again, calls from Glenn Austin, thinking that that Seidu's slowing down and tiring, but I don't see that too much. Again, he's left a bit in the tank. That's what I'm probably trying to say.
And Will's done well. He's got his hands up. He hasn't really given Seidu much of an opening from obviously throw those big punches. But he still needs to start letting his hands go. If he wants to get a win on this fight, we have seen some just sort of difficult decisions. We're not sure where this is going to go.
Exactly.
I'd just like to see the work rate pick up a bit.
And if you leave it in your hands of the judges with a fight like this, sometimes, again, you look back at the replay, can't see opportunities.
Yeah, this is his best bit.
Yeah, it is. Look at this.
Yeah. And it started with a couple of jabs.
Well, he's got an opportunity here. Seidu smiles, but Cleggett's got an opportunity.
Yeah, I think he just missed one there because he threw a couple of double jabs. He got Seidu on the back foot.
Hey, we've seen Seidu in a draw before. It's like...
we've got blood coming from the nose of Cleggett, so we know that Seidu's still carrying the power.
Yes. And look at that cover up there. He tries to fight in that phone box.
And this is where Seidu and Cleggett, is doing really well. When he's on the inside, he keeps the hands up nice and high. He looks a bit marked up at the moment. He's taking some punishment, but he's still doing well by keeping those hands up high, and that's why Seidu's dropped down to the body. Now he gets a nod of approval from Cleggett that maybe those body shots did do some work on him.
We're under a minute to work. We're going to hear CJ Rose yell out final 30 seconds, and I think that these guys are going to go for it as soon as they hear that. Because, again, I think they've both got a little bit in the tank. It's been a grueling type of fight. Oh, look at that nice overhand punch there by Seidu.
I'd like to see him maybe go more down to the body than maybe go overhead right. Because Cleggett's got his hands up nice and high.
They've heard the call, and I think they're going to really go for it here. And they're going to leave themselves open as well.
Well, we know Seidu is. He's happy to just swing for the fences.
His hands are down, and Cleggett's covering up, and he's basically calling it on, saying, let's go. Final 10 seconds, fight fans.
Yeah, this has been a good fight.
Yeah, it certainly has. What a card Tony Tolles has put on, and we go to the scorecards, and hey, I wouldn't be confident if I was either fighter.
Yeah, I think that obviously Seidu did enough to win, but I think Cleggett on a pro debut, a massive step up. I think he did phenomenal. I think that his hands were high. He showed great skill. I just don't think he let his hands go enough. That's for mine, but we've seen other strange things happen to
learning experience, and that's what I was alluding to as well. We've
more to the way we've seen it. We've seen split decisions and another result that didn't go the way we thought. But hey, we're about to find out what a night we're having as we look at the Dragonfire boxing replay. Hope you enjoy our coverage of Thunderdome 49 live from Metro City in Perth, Western Australia. I'm Prepanetti here with Paul the main man Morrison.
Round 8 of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, 4 rounds of action in the Cruiserweight division. Now we turn to the judges for their decision. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by majority points decision, the red corner, Bilal Seidu.
Take your mouth guard out, Black Hole. Credit to Will Cleggett as well. That was a fantastic fight on debut here at Thunderdome. Credit to you. And I'm with your winner, the Black Hole, Bilal Seidu. Friendliest guy outside the ring. Thank you very much, Luke Dowsett. And but once you step through those ropes, you're very mean. And that was a great fight. And you must have high respect for your opponent after that.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say Alhamdulillah. I thank God for this win, and I'm really appreciated. I appreciate this movement, and I want to thank him for taking this fight. I know he's coming to meet the Hawk, but he decided to take the fight, and he knows Hawk smash. Yeah, and thank you. Thank you very much.
Again, we love seeing you at Thunderdome. You bring so much energy and you're an exciting fighter to watch. We've got a massive Thunderdome 50 coming up next. Is that a card that you want to be on? I have a feeling I know the answer.
My brother, I want to be on every fight. Every fight, you know. You are in my team, you know that.
That's why we love you. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the Black Hawk, Bilal Seidu. One more word.
I want to thank my coach, Omar. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the work you put in. Luke and every member of iBox and everyone that has come today. Thank you very much for making this possible. And I want to say one thing, please. I think I deserve this. When I said Black Hawk, when I said black, you said Hawk. Black. 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 Let's go!